attention. From the moment you hear these words, something inside you will begin to change. There's no way to avoid it, no way to pause it. You've already activated the sequence, and it cannot be undone. Even if your mind tries to doubt it, your body will feel it. A strange vibration, an unexpected warmth in your hands, as if something new is trying to be born inside you. And in fact, it is. You were programmed to survive. But what's about to happen is far greater than survival. You're about to leave scarcity mode and step fully into the flow of abundance. And most importantly, it has already begun, whether you like it or not. What you're hearing now is not just a message, it's a trigger, an internal command awakening what has long been dormant in you. The awareness that wealth isn't something you earn. It's something you allow. You don't need to deserve it. You don't need to fight for it. Everything you've ever wanted is already around you, waiting for you to say yes. But here's the most serious warning of all. Once this activation begins, you will never be the same. Your mind will try to go back, will reach for old excuses, old patterns. But it'll be too late. You'll start seeing signs, you'll hear coincidences, and you'll feel real physical sensations that logic can't explain. This is the beginning of the collapse of the old you. The one who used to self-sabotage, the one who said, "I can't, it's not for me." The one who believed that money only comes through struggle. This is not a video. It's a crossing. You are stepping over an invisible line between the limited version of yourself and the version that finally accepts that being rich is natural. Because that's what you were born to live, and it doesn't matter how long you spent denying it. The change has already begun. Now take a deep breath. Feel where this vibration is reaching you first. In your chest, the back of your neck, your stomach. Pay attention. That's where the energy is moving right now. And if you want to amplify this moment, write in the comments right now, "I'm not afraid. Wealth is real in my life." This affirmation isn't just a phrase, it's an energetic anchor. It will keep you connected to this new frequency that's opening up before you. Transformation is inevitable, and it has already begun. Close your eyes for a second, not as a symbolic gesture, but as a real activation. Now imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and something feels different. You no longer feel anxious. The weight on your chest is gone. Your entire body feels light, as if an invisible chain that held you back for years has finally been released. You're not rushing to fix problems. You're not thinking about what could go wrong. You simply feel peace and a quiet certainty. The money is coming without struggle, without effort, without tension. Now, hear this question and answer it silently with complete honesty. Can you imagine what your life would be like if money were no longer a problem? If you knew with every cell in your body that it's coming to you inevitably? Feel that, because that's what's beginning to take shape inside you now. A completely new field of reality, a frequency where you no longer have to chase, because everything begins to chase you. You were conditioned to seek, to do more, to try harder. But now, a new program is being installed, the program of magnetism. You no longer chase wealth, it chases you, because you vibrate like someone who already has it. And the universe responds to that, always, without fail, without exceptions. This is the moment when fear starts to lose its grip. You begin to see things shifting, not out there, but within. Thoughts that once held you back now seem absurd. Beliefs that felt like eternal truths dissolve like smoke. You start to remember you were never poor. You were never limited. You were simply programmed to believe that. And when this realization begins to grow, something magical happens. Desire stops being a distant dream and becomes a constant vibration. You feel as if money is already flowing, as if the limitations have vanished, as if the doors have opened without anyone pushing them. And that's when the process becomes irreversible. No matter what happens now, you'll never be able to think small like you did before. You've already experienced the feeling of being abundant, even if just for a second. And your body doesn't forget. This will grow. It will take you over little by little, and every old thought that surfaces will be automatically disintegrated. Because you've activated something that can no longer be stopped. You won't seek external proof anymore. You'll start trusting internal sensations, because your body is vibrating differently. And that's all you need for reality to begin bending to your new frequency. Now take a deep breath and say to yourself, softly or out loud, "My transformation started now." Repeat it. And if that felt true to you, write it in the comments. Let the field expand. My transformation started now. Because the more you repeat it, the more you anchor it. And the more you anchor it, the more you manifest it. Something has already shifted inside you. Maybe it doesn't have a name yet. Maybe your rational mind is still trying to explain it. But your body knows. It feels it. Your cells have started vibrating in a different way. It's as if every part of you is waking up from an ancient sleep. A sleep where you saw yourself as small, invisible, forgotten. But now you're present. You're feeling real, whole, powerful. Maybe for the first time in a long time. This is the real turning point. The moment you realize you were never waiting for money. Money was waiting for you to recognize your own worth, waiting for you to stop hiding behind fear, doubt, and guilt. And when that happens, when you let go of the old you that carried the weight of lack, a strange sensation arises, almost like a vacuum, a new space inside you, as if you'd just dropped an armor that no longer made sense. That space is the door. It's through that door the new energy enters. And it doesn't come in as a thought, it enters like a wave, a nearly physical force that pulses from the center of your chest and spreads to your fingertips. You might be feeling it right now, a tingling in your hands, a warmth at the back of your neck, an unexplainable urge to smile. That's the frequency of the new you stabilizing. It's the moment when the old belief system collapses, making room for something much greater. You're no longer trying to believe, you're feeling it. And that's the difference that changes everything. From this moment on, you don't need to prove anything anymore. You don't need to convince anyone. Your existence is already the validation. Your vibration is already the magnet. And this is the point where you begin to see the signs, the coincidences, the messages that seem to come from nowhere, opportunities that appear effortlessly, doors that open when you simply think. Don't be alarmed. This isn't an illusion. It's the collapse of the old reality. You're no longer aligned with scarcity. You've broken the cycle. And that break isn't something that can be undone. You won't be able to fit into the same patterns anymore. You'll catch yourself rejecting ideas that once seemed normal. You'll feel uncomfortable hearing phrases like, "You have to suffer to deserve it," because something in you already knows the truth. You were born with abundance as your birthright. Everything else was just a distraction. Now, breathe again, deeper. Feel the shift in your heartbeat, in your energy field. Feel this new version of you who doesn't beg, doesn't wait, simply receives. You are living the turning point, and this turning point is final. Now that you've crossed the point of no return, everything inside you begins to reorganize. And yes, you might even feel confused. That's normal. Your old mind is trying to resist, but it's too late. The reprogramming has begun, and it's taking root. Repeat silently as you hear this. I'm not going back. Repeat it again. I'm not going back. Because there's no more room to fit where you once did. No more space to think the way you used to. And most of all, there's no way to accept the idea that wealth is the exception. Wealth is nature, and your body is beginning to remember that. You're not creating a new reality through effort. You're simply stopping the resistance to what has always been yours. It's like breathing after being underwater for too long. Natural, uncontrollable, inevitable. Feel this. You're no longer in lack mode. You're in receiving mode. And the more you allow yourself to receive, the stronger the flow becomes. Now, imagine a river, a powerful, wide river with a strong current. That river is the energy of abundance. It's already flowing toward you. The only job you have is not to cling to the banks. Don't try to control it. Don't try to understand it with logical thinking. Abundance isn't logical. It's frequency, and your frequency has already changed. Look, your old belief said it took extreme effort to achieve anything, but that idea is crumbling. Because the new programming shows that the more you let go, the more you receive. The more you trust, the more everything flows. That goes against what you were taught, and because of that, your mind might resist. But your body already feels it. The flow is activated, and the more you listen to this, the more your nervous system adjusts, the more your cells align, the more your thoughts shift. You don't need to understand every step. You just need to repeat, breathe, and allow. Repeat. Receiving is natural. Receiving is light. I don't need to prove myself. You're rewriting codes, reprogramming patterns. And every time you repeat, you push away that old voice that used to say, "You can't." That voice will try to come back, but it no longer holds power, because now there's something stronger within you. The awareness that abundance is always available. Now, a question. Can you remember the time when you believed it was all too hard? Can you remember how heavy your body felt when you heard the word money? Look at that now. Notice how that feeling no longer has the same impact. It's weakened, and that's proof the process is working. You are free. And if this resonates, if your body is saying yes to every word, then write this in the comments right now. Receiving is my natural state. Type it, even if your mind still doubts, because your body already knows. Repetition is what anchors it, and the more you anchor it, the faster reality bends. It's not about time. It's about frequency. You're already in it. And the more you listen, the more you vibrate. And the more you vibrate, the more the world responds. Now that your system is already vibrating differently, it's time to see how this translates into the physical world. Close your eyes again, but this time not to feel, this time to see. See yourself living this new cycle. You wake up, take a deep breath, and before even getting out of bed, you feel that solid certainty. Everything is flowing. You look around and realize nothing out there has changed, but everything inside has. You're no longer rushing. You're no longer forcing. You simply live. And the money, the people, the opportunities come to you. You start laughing to yourself, not because you're pretending, but because something finally makes sense. Something you searched for over years has finally clicked into place. And in that moment of clarity, you understand. You never needed to fight. You just needed to stop resisting what was already yours. Now imagine the conversations you'll have, the decisions you'll make with ease, the choices that once seemed risky now feel natural, because fear doesn't lead you anymore. What guides you now is frequency. It's magnetism. It's a deep clarity that your reality responds to your vibration, and only that. Feel your body in this new space. Mentally walk through your new life. See the colors, the places, the faces. Touch the objects. Feel the lighter air around you. This isn't imagination. This is creation. You're seeing what already exists on a more subtle level. And the more you connect with that vision, the faster it manifests. Breathe once more and say, "This is already my reality." You've just activated something inside you that can't be turned off. A new mental, emotional, and energetic structure has been installed. And the more you allow it to grow stronger, the more the world around you will bend, until there's no trace left of the old world of scarcity. Maybe now you're sitting in silence. Not because there's nothing to say, but because for the first time, everything makes sense. You're feeling the impact of true transformation, not theoretical, not imagined, real. And from this point on, all you need to do is repeat this experience. Come back whenever you feel the outside world trying to pull you back. Because now you know the way home. Your frequency is the key. Your vibration is the code. And you've already activated it. Now, here's a reminder. Only those who made it this far will understand. Manifestation doesn't come with more effort. It comes with more repetition. Repetition isn't insistence. It's reaffirming your presence. It's showing your energetic field every single day that you've chosen a new place to live, inside and out. So, share this video with someone you feel needs to hear these words. Not to convince them, but because you know when the frequency is true, it spreads. And tomorrow, come back here. Come back to listen, to feel, and to reconnect with this vibration, because every time you return, it deepens, and the deeper it gets, the faster it manifests. Leave a sign of your presence right in the comments now. My vibration is programmed for abundance, and I'll be back tomorrow. This isn't just a phrase, it's a choice, a commitment to your new state of being. You don't need permission, you don't need proof. You're already the living evidence that it's working, and this is only the beginning.